Hey, what's up? It's Cam from the Brother Slim, and I am back here today for a fun Tuesday surprise, Aeon Trespass, but mostly Enormity Design Diary update. Yes, we got a cool piece of art right there, but we'll scroll on up and start first things first with the ATO staff. Another shipping update. Spiel, Essen, news on legacy PMs and new design diary for Enormity. Indeed, there is a tugboat that could. Very cool. Hi folks, Michael here. As promised, we're coming back to you with the update of the current shipping situation. Last week we teased the issues that could affect the delivery time for our containers to the hub. As mentioned in that update, we want to be transparent with our communication, as there are few things more frustrating than being kept in the dark. So to keep you in the loop, here's a quick follow-up of our last update. Cool news on the stateside. A big old port strike is done. I'm probably just going to skip past this because it's cool, it's fun, there's going to be a lot of shipping updates, we don't need to cover it. Things are moving, which is cool, although maybe a little bit slower than they could. Side note about stickers. So this is going to affect me, oh shit, no, maybe not, it says localized to Australia. But yeah, so this is something to do with the last tome. Some of our Australian backers reported a missing sticker sheet in the last tomes. I actually didn't know there were stickers, or I had forgotten if so. We're investigating this issue, but are pretty sure it's localized. If you are affected by that problem, or if you find any other issue with your product, please let us know and we will send you replacements. The best way to do so is by sending us an email at support@itu.com. I got a new Cycle 1 book, and I think it took a month or two for it to arrive, just as a note here. I don't know if that'll be the same time frame for this. For the time being, we don't want to leave you empty-handed either, so we've posted a few new PDFs on our website. Printable sticker sheets, both in transparent and opaque versions, as well as the instruction with suggested setup. You'll find it under Resources tab in Printable Sheets. Haven't taken a look into that yet, but that's cool. Maybe actually might take a quick look just for fun. Printable Sheets. What do we have here? If it's gonna load up, there we go. Okay. Choose there on Agassi, last tomb tuck boxes, sticker sheet instructions, sticker sheet transparent. Let's take a look. I'm kind of curious about this. There's also tuck box instructions too. Okay, so various cycles and stuff. When creating a new compartment, simply add the chosen sticker to the top of the divider card you want to use. You can find more information. Sweet. So I was under the impression that this didn't come with dividers, but if it does, I'm all here for it. Cool. Well, anyways, back to the update. Okay. Spiel Essen 2024. It'd be amazing to go to that sometime. We had an amazing time in Essen this year, and it was such a pleasure to meet some of you in person. Every encounter was warm and even a bit emotional for us. It's moments like these that remind us why we love what we do. Thank you so much for your support and taking the time to connect with us. Very cool indeed. That looks like a jam-packed haul. Cool. Closure of Legacy Pledge Managers on GameFound. As some of you already noticed, our Pledge Manager for Kingdoms Forlorn became unavailable recently. It's not going to stay that way for long. As we teased in our previous update, GameFound is going through major changes if it comes to Pledge Managers, phasing out the older ones, like the one we had for KF and for the original ATO campaign. Indeed. Firstly, let me reassure you, this will not affect your pledge in any way or your order and your order will be processed. Even though those pledge managers might not be listed, they are still available to their creators. Current fulfillment wave is the final one for the original ATO campaign, but we'll be keeping access to the pledge manager and its database to address any possible issues that might come up. If it comes to Kingdoms Forlorn, we didn't intend to close the PM just yet, which brings us to another news. Kingdoms Forlorn Pledge Manager will return. Which is like any good movie. Or any movie these days, really. Biggest thing is stretch pay is going to be coming along to KF PM, which is cool. Okay, and now the bulk of this update, which is Enormity Design Diaries. I saw a fair amount of comments being like, sick of the Enormity stuff, just give us 12 Sins of Heracles stuff. Which, I mean, is fair. Enormity isn't part of this campaign, but it's part of their design cycle, and they're going to showcase it at least for a little bit as they build out the preview for it. So makes sense to see it here. And speaking from experience with when Kingdoms Forlorn was announced, they spent a couple updates focused on Kingdoms Forlorn, teasing that, and then immediately went back to this is all into the unknown stuff, into Aeon Trespass stuff. So I am confident that'll be the case here, and we'll have some really exciting 12 Sins of Heracles stuff soon. soon, as in after fulfillment completes, most likely. To quote Marson from a comments, he doesn't want to take the hype away from the current hotness that's being delivered, which I think is totally fair. Okay, that's all, at least as it comes to the ATO update. The newest part of Marson's Design Diary series for Enormity is officially out and available on our website. I'm in the newsletter and I didn't see this one waiting in the inbox. Interesting. Okay, so closer look at playable characters in Enormity. You'll see cards and progress ideas for spacers. Marson also will answer some of the questions that came our way since the last issue of this design diary. Cool. That kind of reminds me of what Kingdom Death's doing with their people tree or whatever it's called. Okay, don't forget to visit the Kickstarter landing page to make sure you get notified on launch. Enormity Design Diary. Words are hard. Enormity Design Diary number 3. Crossing the Rubicon, a spacer and their suit. Some cool arts. Interesting how kind of like the contrast of colors, and those are very long feet. Okay, in Enormity, you play the role of an NASF, I'm probably just going to call it NASF, astronaut on the mission to the derelict ship the Shepherd, lost to the void of space some years ago, now miraculously returned. Whether you're a leader, scientist, engineer, agent, soldier, or one of a myriad of other professionals enlisted on the NAS. The NASF Coventry, you're a specialist in your field, handpicked to be part of this momentous event in human history. And yet, you are woefully unprepared for what awaits you, ... One question for folks watching. Leader, scientist, engineer, agent, soldier. Were those all player classes in Nemesis? Just, if so, interesting little tidbit of phrasing there, because the entities, no, intruders is also the name that ITU's mentioned for the foes you're going to face, and that, if I recall correctly, is the same as Nemesis. Characters are at the center of Enormity, and Enormity is all about player choice, blurring the line between board games and TTRPGs. Consequently, you'll be able to play as one of the pre-generated spacers, like Isaac Baum here, or create your own. So Isaac, Engineering Division, some stats that I don't know. Proficiency analysis, if either the incoming or active pool is empty, gain something to place 2 something tokens there. Optimization, an adjacent spacer performs a fast reload. Fast reloads are cool. Interesting, I'm curious what these little things on this player card are for too. Place 2, okay. Token related methinks. Interesting. Whether you're playing a named character or creating a fresh one, you will get one of these character cards. This is who you are. Once chosen, you will rarely, if ever, change your character. So, difference from ATO, where your character can die. Or Argonaut, I should say. Not that it doesn't play a huge role there, but, you know. The front card shows the most important aspects of your spacer, like their class, skills, abilities, and Rubicon bonuses. The class determines your profession and how susceptible to stress and pressure you are, and gives you access to a unique progression tree, class-restricted gear, and team-wide class stratagems. Ooh, stratagems! Skills are used in various combat and non-combat tests, like noticing something, hacking a terminal, or keeping your balance. Abilities are invaluable during your extraction runs and will either help you in combat or exploration. And finally, the Rubicon bonus is the heart of our hard co-op mechanics. We'll discuss them in a bit. All right, so here we are with the same card once again, and probably the backside is my guess. Showing, I think, Rubicon cards, cautious sneaking, stressful brainstorm, anxious sneaking, full game only. Okay. The back of the card contains story information, as well as the progression tree and action cards your character contributes to their hand. Action cards are what allow you to perform all major gameplay actions, like moving, shooting, scouting, or scavenging. We'll discuss these another time. Okay, I don't know what the top of that says. I think that is... Maybe it's just a barcode. I think it's just a barcode. Move one space. If not preceded or followed by another move, fast reload. Perform 1. Scout, scavenge, full reload, rationalize. Catch breath, rearm. Remember, you leave your spacer tokens after each something action. Okay. Move a space, fast reload, make some noise. Or move 2 spaces and bypasses, make some noise. Attack. Okay, so I have no idea what any of these mean, but it's cool to see the beta UI. Not gonna lie, not a huge fan of the visual structure of it. The being able to read and legibility is great, but visually I hope it gets updated. And it's very early, so I'm sure it will. The progression tree is what determines your character's development, and character development in Enormity is rich and multi-layered, touching on various game systems, your personal career and growth as a person, gear, suits, antinomies, and more. The build variety is endless. Most importantly, you may progress your character regardless of playing the game as a campaign or as one-shots. Persistency of the world and your characters is present in both, much like the tabletop RPGs and extraction shooters. Interesting. Okay, is this evolving gear or just a couple different gear options there? So it looks like a little multi-tool, small rifle-y thing, and big rifle-y thing. Cool, cool. Okay, so here is an Eva suit, and once again has these token symbols on part of the card. So I'm really curious what that means. It's interesting. Help up, make another spacer stand up. From ATO. Help standing up is nice. Okay. Space is cold and unforgiving, and no human can survive in it for long without an Eva suit. Appropriately, you will always have a suit card in addition to the character card. Suits are less permanent than characters, though, and you will change them periodically as you find or craft new ones. In many ways, the suit card complements your character. The front shows additional Rubicon bonuses and abilities, as well as specs. Support slots. Specs. Support slots for support gear, backpack slots for hauling your loot, ! And your default light source for traversing all the dark and dangerous places of the Shepherd. And for scouting out the intruders before they scout you. Intruders, okay, that was great. The suit card's back shows a larger illustration of the suit and its lore, as well as provides you with additional action cards. Okay, so there is the back of the suit card. Standard UCMC first contact suit, equipped to handle most situations in all but the most extreme environments. The support exoskeletal frame lends it strength and stability. Tactical reload walk, tactical measures, tactical walk. TTT, baby! Okay, cool. Now let's get back to those mysterious Rubicon bonuses. To understand them, you need to understand how the character and suit cards come together. It's quite simple, really. You join them with a triple layered cardboard connector called the Rubicon to create your player board. Ooh! Oh, so then that's how those token things work. Oh, that's fun, I like that. So then that creates, oh, very cool. Yeah, me likey a lot. And that also feels really good on space, whereas ATO, and I think Kingdoms Forlorn, although once again, I'm not getting it. Bit of a table hog in all regards, but also like your Titan Sheet, Triskelion, and all of the gear that you can have takes up a lot of space. The Rubicon is used to track the 3 most important spacer stats, which represent your physical and mental well-being, as well as combat readiness as measured by your Eva suit's internal monitors. Cool. Unlike typical stats, these 3 are in flux and comprise the living, beating heart of our inverted combat paradigm. These 3 are in flux. Okay. The mechanic that will make you stronger the closer you are to death, and at the same time keep you on your toes until the very last turn. Love the mechanic, and I'm excited to see what they do with it here. Okay. Adrenaline and stress will go up as a result of attacking, using abilities, making rerolls, and being exposed to intense fear, while vitals will go down as a result of getting physically hurt. You will mark these changes with special plastic indicators, so there's no need for cumbersome tokens. That's fun. Cool. Special plastic indicators. Cool, cool, cool. Incoming active. Hard co-op. Enormity is a co-op game about a band of unlikely survivors facing an unknown world of unimaginable horror. Co-op is a big focus, and the hard co-op mechanic takes it to the next level. Basically, when you perform most actions, you are also creating opportunities and openings for other players, either directly or by leaving special tokens into one of the spacer pool's wells, a place for shared resources that enhance your abilities and attacks and allow you to trigger special unique effects and stratagems. So that's basically what everyone who's followed ITU for any time has known. It's kind of like their main vibe. This is what those Rubicon bonuses are. Cooperative tokens you will leave for others while performing adrenaline actions, or by using abilities that will allow them to re-roll their dice, achieve their full potential, use more demanding abilities, scavenge and use various other location effects, as well as activate global stratagems. Basically, fun, cool teamwork that you can strategize on at the table. It's good stuff. If you want to survive, you will need all these things and more. The intruders are not playing fair. You'll learn about that in the next dev diary. Cool, so we get to learn about the space beasties. And here's a little tease of a space beastie. Kind of reminds me of like the Mario Flower meets Demogorgon kind of vibes from Stranger Things, not D&D. Creepy and cool. Kind of ironic that like this face, I think, is a much more imposing version of what they were going for with the Lernian Parasite Hydra thing for 12 Sins of Heracles, which I think they are updating, so I'll be curious if it looks like this or if it looks different, because this thing is creepy and kind of silly, but in like a really horrific fashion. Not something that is like laughable. Cool. Yeah, that looks creepy and cool. I'm here for it. Alrighty, FAQs. So, is this a campaign game or not? Does it use snares or missions, or is it free-flowing sandbox gameplay? Yes, in my best forlorn voice, Enormity is a guided sandbox experience as it bridges the divide between board games and TTRPGs. The ship is enormous, its map is interconnected and continuous, and you can go anywhere, anytime. The only thing stopping you are the hordes of intruders in your way. You may play it as one-off expeditions into the ship to kill some intruders and gain loot, or you may play one of our handcrafted campaigns or create your own. I was debating on skipping over this, but that is new and that is very interesting. Also, their handcrafted campaigns are unreal, and so definitely going to be playing that. But to be able to contribute your own content into this giant floating ship world, it's really cool. There are no obligatory scenarios, save the tutorial one, Dark Side of the Sun. There are objectives you may want to pursue, side missions, and other secrets. Even if you play the game as one-offs, you will explore and expand the ship and develop your character. The game world is persistent. Very interesting. What do you mean by interconnected and continuous map? The game comes with 2 location books and some additional tiles, which you will use alternatively to create a continuous map of the Shepherd. How far you go on a run depends on you, because you decide when to extract. And when you extract, you go to one of your unlocked safe house locations, which is also a map in the book. When you're ready to head out again, you will use the ship's tram system and later on other means of travel. To support you or any of your unlocked entrances, there is no need to backtrack. But to transport you or any of your unlocked entrances, there is no need to backtrack, unless for that sweet, still unfound loot. Cool, so secrets worth finding. That's always good. Also, I'm really struggling with my English today, so sorry about that. So we've seen this picture of the multiple books before, which is pretty cool. Oh, fun. Just gonna watch this play out. So is this game replayable? How big is the map? Here is a tease of the answer. Heck yeah! Enormity is the most replayable and modular Into the Unknown game yet. The map is big, dozens upon dozens of interconnected sections. You won't see them all in a single campaign. You won't even see half. You won't face all the enemies, find all the loot and secrets. You won't uncover all of the Shepherd's many secrets. The game is built for endless replayability. Cool. And I'll be really curious how long the gameplay loops take, because I love ATO, and there's no way in heck I would ever replay it, even though I'm going to be missing things in it, because the game is just so freaking massive. So I'll be curious about the loop and how long gameplay takes. Are there boss battles too? Yes, so we were aware of this. There are, like this guy. So this is our first little boss battle, boss miniature tease. Some sort of mech robot thing with like hexagon mesh wings and a little cloak. Cool. Very cool. I don't like this one quite as much as the weird, creepy, long-necked smiling monster, but still a cool sculpt. Be cool to see from the other side of the wings too. Space Dude in the arm is cool though. And then there we are with the sign-off tag. Enormity is coming to crowdfunding this winter. This diary marks the first of several we will publish as we get closer to release. Before the game lands, you'll be invited into the dangerous, oppressive world of the Outer Dark. Learn about all the new and unique gameplay mechanics that will shake the dungeon crawler format. Discover the new ICP. See the fantastic art from some of the best artists in the business, like Luis Lasahido, Abrar Khan, or Igor Kiriluk. Yes, we're doubling down on handcrafted art. This is just copy and pasted from before. Marvel at miniatures, watch trailer, read the rules, and possibly play Dark Side of the Sun demo yourselves. My assumption is that that's going to be like a digital release. Thank you for supporting our art, our dreams over the years. Marcin Welnicki, head of Into the Unknown. Cool. Very, very cool. And yep, fun comments. Yeah, well, we'll end off there. That's cool stuff all around. And yeah, happy surprise Tuesday little update read through, and we'll catch you next time on the Brother Slim. Bye!